Hi, everyone. My name is Kathy Robertson. I am in charge of Logistics Trends and Insights, a market research company focused on logistics. And welcome to Monthly Chat with Jay Kent. Jay, how you doing?
Good, Kathy. Great to be here.
Jay, real fast, tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
Thanks, Kathy. My background really is supply chain and inventory management. Was a retailer for about 35 years, ran some of the most complex supply chains, um, around both from a manufacturing and supply chain standpoint. But SLB Performance is a business advisor group that helps both medium, large, and small companies really take care of different challenges they may have, primarily in the transportation area.
Okay, very cool. So, speaking of transportation, our friends at UPS and FedEx, now I read this in several articles, and I thought it was really um, ironic in a number of ways. So UPS and FedEx are now in search of parcel volumes. My understanding was that they're looking for more profits versus volume. So, first of all, why the change? Why are they willing to go to the extremes of reducing rates to gain volumes?
Yeah, so again, I mean, a lot of competition. If we look at what's happening right now in the market, is their volume really is less than it was pre-COVID, and so they've seen a big drop in that. There's been more competition. Really, the challenge, if we look at the last quarter, is parcel volumes declined about 2.5% in Q3, and that's primarily because more competition and there's really been more pressure on rates. We saw rates for some of the larger shippers go down really in the last 12 months. But now, really, what we're seeing is that more middle tier shipper is really starting to see some of those same rate decreases. And so I think we're going to continue to see that. There's more and more focus on both, UPS and FedEx to go after that middle market, that small business, which right now comprises about 30% of the overall volume. They're looking to grow that really to about 40%. So therefore, more focus on that area puts more pressure both on cost as well as service.
Wow. Yeah, I would imagine the competition is steep, but also a lot of retailers that have the storefronts,
Yeah,
physical stores are doing this buy online, pick up in store. That's probably also impacting, having its
yeah,
own impact.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's huge. And from a real retailer standpoint, what's really interesting is there's so many benefits to have the customer come into the store. In a
Hmm.
recent study, it really showed that you know people are picking up additional items when they come in. So they may have ordered X amount of items, but then even when they come in, there continues to be an add-on to that basket. So from a retailer standpoint, both from a cost as well as a service, as well as just getting more foot traffic in the stores, it's really been a benefit.
Hmm. And until manufacturing picks up, which is typically UPS and FedEx's more profitable, where more their more profitable volumes come from. Until that happens, I guess they're going to focus more on the retailers and e-commerce and such as that. It's going to be an interesting time. So, so give us three tips that shippers, retailers, manufacturers, whomever should that would benefit them in this type of market.
Yeah, again, first and foremost, I would say that you're going to be able to help lower your rates. Okay, right now, as we've seen really for the last 12 months, we've seen some pretty big decreases. On average, the company that I partner with the closest, we've had roughly 16% savings for most of our small parcel clients. Again, everyone's footprint's going to be different, but that's really on an overall average, we're seeing that. So make sure that you're aligning yourself with someone who has both the expertise as well as the operational expertise to make sure it's going to fit into your company. Just because someone's doing it at XYZ company, it may not work for you, both from a profitability as well as a service standpoint and even operationally. So that I guess that's tip one. Okay. Tip two is, I would tell you that in my past, I've had some pretty large, supply chain staffs. And the reality is they have a day job and they really don't have the ability to focus exclusively on all the different changes that are happening in a small parcel space. So make sure you work with someone who has the resources, has the tools, has the knowledge, has the expertise, and is privy to over $11 billion in managed freight that we have right now, because that makes a big difference of what is out there. And then three is, make sure that you're working with a company that's going to look at a whole year's worth of data. Okay, don't shortchange yourself. It's very easy for you to supply us that information. All we really need is a logon information and your contracts, and then we're going to pull down a year's worth of data. And the other thing about working with SLB Performance and its partners is we're going to do that at no cost. So we're going to do the deep analysis, come back to you roughly within 3 weeks, and show you what the opportunity is, both from a cost as well as a service standpoint. There's a lot of different options out there right now and continue to be that may be perfect for you. So make sure you let us know. Please reach out.
Okay, great. So, how can folks reach you?
Well, hopefully a couple different ways. One is, I'm an active participant on LinkedIn, so please reach out to me there. Also, Jay's Parcel Notes comes out every 2 weeks. And then for some of you also, you're on the email list the every other 2 weeks, where we're sending out other information, not only about parcel, but about ocean and just supply chain in general. So a lot of different areas to reach us. Info@slbperformance.com. Look forward to hearing from you. And also, my cell phone is posted on the website as well. So please make sure you reach out. Always happy to talk.
All right. It sounds great. And just as an FYI to folks, if you'd like to sign up for Jay's newsletter or email newsletter, I think I saw a link um, on the SLB Performance LinkedIn page. So just go there, click on it, sign up. It's a good email. So with that, Jay, thank you very much and look forward to chatting with you next month.
Sounds great. Everyone have a great upcoming Thanksgiving and look forward to talking to you. Thank you.